Good morning, YouTube. Today we're going to install a top speed titanium exhaust in my Ferrari 458.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Dan, that is Adam, this is my garage, and that is my Ferrari 458. And like I said, we're going to be installing that beautiful top speed titanium exhaust in my Ferrari 458. Here's the scoop. I actually already have a full aftermarket exhaust. I have an S-Line exhaust, and I absolutely love it. So this is not me saying, oh, I hate my S-Line, I'm gonna upgrade. No, actually, I wanna experience different things. And we do sell these on our website, normalguysupercar.com. So you can use the code NGS10. It will take off 10%. That exhaust right there. And here's the best part about it is Top Speed knows that we're doing this video, so we talked to them, and they actually pre-ordered some of these, so they have them in stock, ready to ship. So it's probably gonna be one of the only exhausts in the world right now that's available to ship immediately for a Ferrari 458 because, well, everything in the world right now is very slow. So that exhaust could be coming to you very quickly if you're interested. Because we sell it and because there is so many different exhausts for this car and everyone always wants to know, what does this exhaust sound like? What does that exhaust sound like? And so on. And we've done videos in the past where we've compared a lot of different exhausts for the Ferrari 458. But I haven't ever heard a top speed exhaust. So I was just genuinely curious, and Adam's trying to break it now. I was just genuinely curious what it sounds like. So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna buy one, install it, and see what it sounds like. We're gonna actually do this with multiple exhausts. So there's quite a few exhausts that I've never heard before. So over the next few months, or probably more likely a year or so, I'm gonna swap out the exhaust in my car 2, 3, 4, 5 times. I don't know, whatever it takes to get a bunch of different exhausts to see which ones we like the most. This is not sponsored. I didn't get hooked up on that. I actually did pay for that. Yes, we do sell them again on our website, normalguysupercar.com. So go check it out. It's obviously under the 458 section. And it's, again, a top speed titanium exhaust.
Y'all should see the welds on these things. And
Yeah.
I'm not shilling for them. I'm not being paid to say this, so
It's good.
the welds on the other exhaust better be good or else I'm gonna look like an idiot.
Yeah, no, they did a good job. And here's the best part is, look how light it is. I mean, when you pick that up, with 2 big mufflers like that, it weighs very, very little.
And you can even play with the valves.
Yeah, you can, the valves are right there. Yeah, you're like, ooh, they work. That sucker is going to get installed in here. So we've done so many exhausts on these Ferraris that actually it's kind of like something we already know how to do pretty well. There is one slight concern, which is the S-Line actually has a slightly different exhaust configuration than that style exhaust. So this is kind of the default stock design where you've got the mufflers on the outsides and then the pipes coming together in the center. This is kind of like the most common design for a Ferrari 458 exhaust. The S-Line actually has these big pipes that come up in the center. So because of that, we had to reroute some hoses and stuff on my car. I don't think we have to undo any of that. In fact, if anything, it's going to keep those hoses even further away from any heat. So I'm gonna have to remove all that stuff, and then of course that S-Line will be for sale. Basically, we just pull off the rear bumper and get the car up in the air. All the exhaust is kind of like working from like here back. So it's not terribly difficult. Oh, and we're doing one last thing. All right, so I've got the black tips on here right now, and I do know that my car is entirely black and red, but I kind of want to try the blue tips just to see how they look. I think these look really cool. So we're gonna put the blue tips on, you know what? And if we don't like it, again, we're gonna be swapping out to different exhaust in probably, I don't know, a couple months. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, and before I forget, we actually have quite a few other exhausts for not just the 458, but lots of other cars. So we sell Klein, IPE, Army Tricks, Novatec, FabSpeed. Oh, I'm getting phone calls. Lots and lots of exhausts. So first thing we gotta do is actually get the rear wheel houses out. In order to get the wheel houses out, we gotta get the wheels off, get the car up in the air, get the wheels off, get the wheel houses out. We gotta pull off the rear tail lights, and then we can pull off the rear bumper, which is actually not too terribly difficult. Then we should have really good access to get the exhaust out of the way and get the new one in there. And finally, one quick thing before we actually get started. You'll notice that this has actually been ceramic coated in black. So that is actually a new service that we're offering. I don't have it listed on the website yet, but any exhaust that you want to buy from us, we have a contact with a local ceramic coating company, so we can get you set up to have it get ceramic coated. Obviously, the downside is that means you're going to have to pay extra shipping because it's going to have to get shipped to the ceramic coating place first, then get shipped to you. But they do an absolutely brilliant job. You don't have to worry about anything like my previous ceramic coating company that, you know, had some small incidents. Oh, it's on fire.
Like a fire.
Maybe a fire. But these guys actually know what they're doing. So this is legit ceramic coating. It works really well. I actually already have their ceramic coating on my headers and it's working wonderfully. And actually quite a few of my friends have ceramic coating on their exhaust systems as well. So they are very, very good. All right, we got the lugs broke loose, got the quick jacks in the car. So I'm just gonna raise it up and get those wheels off. She's flying. It's a good idea to use these wheel guides just so you don't scratch up the calipers and ding the carbon ceramic. Wrong way. Carbon ceramic road.
I swear I know what I'm doing.
Sort of. I'm gonna give you a maybe. While Adam's having fun on that rear wheelhouse, I'm gonna take off the bottom diffuser because that has to come off obviously as well. All right, we got the wheelhouse out, and the reason you need the wheelhouse out is that way you can get access to remove the taillights. So you do need to remove the taillights to get the bumper off. All right, so I got this taillight out. You can see on the back, there are 3 nuts that you gotta take off and 1 wiring harness. So the wiring harness actually unclips from the top. So you just kind of reach your finger and pull it up, and it should pop right off. So don't force it if it doesn't pop over that little clip right there. And the reason we have to remove the taillight is because we gotta get to that bolt right there. So that is one of the bolts that holds on the bumper. And then we also have to undo the wiring harness, which is on the driver's side. So down here, well, we'll have to wait for Adam to get out of the way. God, you're in my way.
Always.
All right, that right there is the wiring harness that we have to unclip. Actually, I think we have to unclip this one too. Yeah, this one, this green one right here, I think is for the camera. Alrighty, so we got the 3 on each side. I believe that's it. Yep, that's it. So hold it down from the bottom, and then actually you gotta kind of like push up. There's like it has to clear that, and then you kind of give it a little, yeah, there you go. That's it. I could go all cool and like, you know, badass and like have no bumper.
Except you wouldn't be a badass.
It's so stupid.
You would look like a moron.
Yeah. Okay, so there is the S line. And see, here's what I was talking about, is right here is the X. You can see it's kind of in the center versus like the other systems kind of have the pipes come together and then exit out here. This one, it goes way up. So that's why it's a little bit of a different design. So the mufflers on the new system over there are gonna kind of park themselves right here. You can see that this is the valved S line. So right here is my muffler. It is just a wee little muffler. And that little tiny thing actually makes a huge difference in decibels. So anyway, we're gonna start unbolting a lot of stuff, get this S-line out of here. The good news is the S-line will come out very, very easily because it's in different sections. So that is one of the cool things about the design of the S-line. Like I said before, I'm a huge, huge fan of the S-line. And we'll do a different comparison of the, not just the sound, but also the decibels. So I already recorded the sound and the decibels in some previous videos, so we'll show you that, and then we'll go out and test the new ones and show you how the top speed sounds in comparison. So it should have a little bit of that titanium tinniness is my hope. Should retain a lot of the high pitched sound because we still have the X. So overall, it's gonna be, yeah, I'll be curious to see how this comes out. So there are 3 mounting points on these 4-way exhausts, and then we also have the hose connected to the valve, so we'll get that disconnected. The mounting points you actually can take off using 10mm bolts. That's kind of like the easiest way to do it. So we'll get those off and get this thing out of here. won't come out all the way.
Oh, well.
Okay, S-line is out, so we got the top speed right there. Just gotta connect the mounting brackets and then clamp it into place, connect the vacuum lines, and then that part of it's in. So it's not too difficult a job. The only thing that's a little bit different is the S-line does require modification of the heat shields. So I can't remember exactly what the stock heat shields look like. I know it's not gonna be a big deal to work with what we got, so we'll just get it set up as best we can. We're at the so close. Oh man, I think we're gonna have to loosen the cats. The cat
Just loosen this.
What? That bar?
Yeah. You see the bolts right here.
Yeah. So we're taking off the foam block. That'll get us access to take off that stupid bar. I remember Josh did that and Adam pointed that out, and that saves you a lot of heartache. Makes it a lot easier. So, ta-da. There you go. 4 bolts and that stupid bracket comes off. Yay.
Yeah.
All right, round 2. Oh, God.
That hurt like a mother.
Yeah. There's no way. So we gotta pull those. I gotta remember that. So we just gotta loosen them up, which means the front wheel houses have to come off.
Damn you, Ferrari, you piece of...
Okay, so there's the clamp holding on the cat pipes, or in my case, cat delete pipes, to the headers. So you gotta undo that so you can move the cat pipes around and get them at the right angle, because otherwise it's just impossible to get everything situated. And we might have to undo the bolts that hold the cat pipe to the frame as well. All right, cat pipe is, let's see, loose and dangly. So that should give us the flexibility we need.
Damn you.
Adam's going to town over on the other side. Okay, third time's a charm, maybe. We gotta get those brackets past the... There. Yeah. Nice. Now we just gotta mount all this stuff. Almost there, got the hose clamps on the vacuum lines. Now I just need to swap out the tips from the black ones to the blue ones. So we just got the bumper, rear wheel houses, diffuser, lights, and tires. Cool, getting close.
I like the blue tips.
Actually, I'd say I kind of like the blue.
It just gives it something different. Pops.
Yeah. Alrighty, it is all back together. I have to say, I actually like the blue tips. I think it looks really good with the blue tips. So
It just adds some pop.
yeah, because like it's just black and red, and then all of a sudden blue. I don't know. I think I'm gonna stick with it for a little bit. So here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna start it up and then we're gonna let it kind of burn in a little bit, because with the ceramic coating it is gonna smoke a little bit. So we'll let that happen for a few minutes, kind of let it warm up. Once it's warmed up, I'm gonna flip the car around, pull it back into the garage, and we're gonna set a decibel meter out in the driveway. It's gonna be 18 feet away from the car, and the camera's gonna be mounted 26 feet away from the car. And I'm gonna put on the same microphone that I used in the other videos, and I'm also gonna mount the microphone set up with the GoPros in the exact same way I did in my Ultimate Ferrari 458 shootout video. So we're gonna have the same setup, so it should sound very similar, or at least you can get a good comparison. So then we'll take it out, we'll drive it around, we'll get a couple acceleration runs, you'll be able to hear what it sounds like from the inside and from the outside of the car, and hopefully that gives you a good idea of whether or not you want to buy one of these top speed exhausts. All right, so there's one weird thing. It looks like these valves are default open and then vacuum closed. So right now they're open, which would normally be closed, and then that's closed, which would normally be open. Well, there you go. We got the top speed in there, and I don't want to give you any sort of like biasing information. So I just want to say a few things to clarify things that might not come out in the audio because, well, unfortunately, no matter how good my camera equipment is, it's just never going to be as good as it is in person. So what I can tell you is that this is actually deeper than the S-Line in person. It has a bit more of like a grumble, growl to it, and it also has a bit more drone on the interior, especially when the valves are closed. So when the S-Line had the valves closed, there was basically zero drone. There's definitely still some drone, but you could hear the pitch for yourselves. You could hear that it's actually slightly quieter, so it's a couple decibels quieter than the S-Line. Yeah, it's a great exhaust. I'm very pleased. So we will let that stay on the car for a while and see how people like it in person and get some more people's opinions on it. But if you happen to want to buy a top speed exhaust, go check it out on normalguysupercar.com. Use the code NGS10. It will knock off 10% that exhaust system. I will tell you that because the valves seem to operate in the reverse, you may need to get a valve controller. So if you use the factory settings, it will kind of make it weird. You will for sure want to get like a Forza Componente controller, something like that.
Which we also sell.
So if you want one of these, go check out the 458 exhaust section, and there you'll find this exhaust. It is lighter, so picking it up, you could feel it was lighter. That's just because the S-Line is stainless steel. So obviously any stainless steel exhaust is going to be heavier than this titanium exhaust. If there's other exhausts that you guys want us to test out, on the Ferrari 458, let me know. We are interested in trying out a couple more. So that's kind of the plan. We're going to do a couple more of these over time. In the meantime, again, thank you so much for subscribing, liking, and sharing. Those do help us out. And of course, we really love it when you guys buy stuff on our website, normalguysupercar.com. So thank you so much to all of you that do that. But other than that, we have a lot of car stuff coming your way. So you're going to want to stay tuned.
It will be sweet.
Indeed it will.